Now, whatever you're growing in your garden, it's really important that you get the soil in really good condition. But when it comes to fruit and vegetables, you want to get the best crop, the best results from what you're growing. So getting the soil right there is really crucial. Now, if you've got good quality soil, I think that it's fine to just grow crops in that soil or ornamental plants in that soil. It doesn't really need to be necessarily taken out and replaced with even better topsoil unless the soil that you've been left with is really poor. Now, that might be the case on a new housing estate where you've just inherited the soil that's been left by the builders, and it might not be conforming to British standards. Now, British standards for topsoil are really important, so it's important to buy from a recognised source, one that is going to give you soil that you know that you're going to be able to succeed with, and not waste your money buying plants to grow in it, or waste your time by sowing seeds in it if they're not going to perform very well. So look out for British standard topsoil if you're going to replace your existing garden soil. But nonetheless, if it is a pre-existing soil that's in really good condition and been cared for and had organic matter added year after year, and that soil is in good heart, then keep it, grow in it. You don't have to replace it. But if you're going to build raised beds, or if you're going to be serious about getting into veg and fruit growing, then if you're going to bring in new soil, make sure it conforms to that British standard. Now, the soil that I've got in these raised beds is soil from other parts of the garden. It's got lots of stones in it, it's got bits and pieces of artifacts in it because it's really old soil, good quality old soil, but it's also got weed seeds in it. You can see that there's a nice crop of weeds germinating here, and of course if you bring in good quality topsoil, then you won't necessarily get all these weed seedlings coming up. So I like to use a Rolawn veg and fruit blend topsoil to fill new raised beds or to top these up, because as I say, my pre-existing soil is fairly decent, but if I'm going to add any more to it, rather than buy from an unregulated source, I want to know that I'm getting in really good quality topsoil. Now, the good thing about this is that it's got a good blend of different particles in it. It's got some sand in it, it's got clay particles in there and some silt particles. It's the definition of a good quality loam, good quality soil, that's what it is. But it's also got peat-free organic matter in here as well, and that organic matter will help to hold on to moisture. It'll lock up some of the nutrients to make them available to the plants rather than it washing out during the winter months. It's also very friable, easy to work with. It's not going to pack down too solidly. You can actually break that structure up to get the plant roots growing through it. So this British standard Rolawn topsoil blend is what I would use to fill up my raised beds, or even use on my veg plot or in other parts of the garden where I want to grow good fruit and veg.